What is going on, guys? Sirluis here, the YouTuber to invest to rest, and today I'm giving you guys here an update on Bitcoin and the crypto market overall, and I'm going to tell you guys where I think Bitcoin is heading. And also, guys, this is just my opinion. Please do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm going to get in depth here. Again, I made a video on where I think Bitcoin is going to bottom at in 2022 this year, so you guys can watch that after this. I go really in depth on the chart, but this is just an update video on where I think Bitcoin is heading right now and how the crypto market stands right now. And honestly, at the current moment, I'm super bearish for multiple reasons. We're just not in a very bull scenario, and the chart here just shows that. It's just a trend is going down. It looks like stairs, right? Like it's going downstairs right here. I literally listened to Jerome Powell. He was just so general, so broad, and he basically just said, we're just going to wait until March to do something, right? So what that creates is a lot of uncertainty in the market, both for crypto and also the stock market. Also on that, next week, I think Biden's supposed to talk about crypto regulation in order to protect national security, which is just insane. It shows you, how crypto is huge today, and government is literally going to regulate it for national security, right? And again, I'm just keeping it real with you guys, even though I'm bearish. A lot of people don't like bearish people or channels. A lot of these channels that I watch, they're all just super bullish, regardless of the time period. It's all about buying, DCA, the bottom's going to be in a couple days, this and that. And as you guys know, I keep it real with you guys. I am probably the biggest crypto bull ever. You guys can watch my videos, my TikToks. I'm super bullish on crypto and Bitcoin long term, but in the short term, okay, at least until March, we're just super bearish, guys. I mean, just looking at this graph, okay, as you guys can see right here, this is a huge resistance right here. We literally touched it like 3 times already, and until we break that, we're going to keep trending down. And what I believe is going to happen, and I talked about this in my Bitcoin bottoming video, but I do think we're going to come down and touch one of these weekly MAs. I think that's going to be where Bitcoin bottoms at. And a lot of people are going to be surprised because, people don't think Bitcoin's ever going to go to 20,000, 15,000 ever again. And I do think that, Bitcoin below 20,000 is probably the best time to DCA in. But again, this is just my opinion. You guys got to do your own research. I'm just super confident in my analysis. After we break the 28,000, which was that huge support right in May in the summer, that's just going to be super clear to everybody that we're going to trend even lower, because as you guys know, this is what happens. A lot of people said that, during the summer, if it broke that the 20,000 range, it was going to be super fast down because there's literally no support in the 20,000 range, okay, ever in history in Bitcoin. So you guys can see, look at this huge gap right here, just buying pressure. There's nowhere in Bitcoin history that we had support here in the 20,000 range, right? So there's this huge gap, and then where does that stop at? It stops around 24. Then, that's not even a lot of support right there, and then it drops off around exactly 19,000. I do think that we're gonna go here and touch one of these weekly MAs. Again, the reason why is because Bitcoin has done that in the past, okay? And as you guys can see right here, in 2018, we come down, right? The top right here, we break this resistance. After we break that, boom, look at that sharp downtrend right there. That's just super sharp, okay? And then boom, as soon as we touch that 200 weekly MA, we touch it again, and then we start hitting it up. Then what happens in 2019, we make a top right here. As soon as we break this resistance right here, what happens? We come down, and this time, this was the first time in history where Bitcoin went below the 200 weekly MA, as you guys can see, and actually touched the 300 weekly MA on the dot. It literally wicked down there in one day, and it touched it, and then boom, it just came back up. And then we had another huge bull run, right, which is the one that we're at now. And this is where I think it's going to do the same thing. We made a top here in 2021 of around 65,000. We're going to come down and we're going to test one of those weekly MAs, either the 200, the 300. I think it's going to be the 300 or maybe even the 400, right? I still do think that the bottom is going to be around 15,000, which is around here. It's going to wick to the bottom in less than an hour minutes. So probably the best way to buy is limit orders. So again, guys, you just got to be vigilant. Just remember, if we break that 28,000, remember that we don't have any support here in history, okay? The 20s, there's barely any support here. So after that, it's going to be a very sharp drop down to 19,000, and then what I think is going to happen, we're going to wick down to 15,000 and then start coming back up and hopefully have a recovery and hopefully make new all-time highs this year, which I do think is going to happen. But towards the end of the year, after this whole bearish season, I do think we're going to start coming back up after touching one of those weekly MAs. So as you guys can see, I mean, you just look at a chart and you can just see that it just wants to test that weekly MA. I mean, you look at this, it's really not that far. A lot of people still think that we're not testing that weekly MA, that we're still in the bull market and we're gonna, go back up and make new all-time highs. So that weekly MA is coming up and we're coming down, and we're gonna meet us somewhere over here, hopefully in February or maybe even early March. So that's just my opinion, guys. Again, not financial advice. Always do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. This is only for entertainment purposes only, and just my opinion. And again, I'm super bullish crypto and Bitcoin long term, just not in the short term, right? With everything going on, the government, Russia and all these things going on, it's just not a very bullish scenario. And I think there's going to be a lot of sellers taking advantage of that. So yeah, thank you guys again. Follow me on Twitter, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.